Good morning, North Hall. This is a picture presentation in reverse order from this morning all the way back to the beginning of July. These are pictures I got with the Moultrie camera of Thumper binking and Ember play pouncing. One pounce, missed. After a little while, they check out the Moultrie camera on the floor. And while recording, look at this sequence. A split second, the Moultrie completely missed. Come up here. I got something for you up here. I do. Come on up. Yeah. Come on up. Look what's over here. Look what's over here. It's right here. Look what I got for you. It's over here. Oh, there it is. That's oregano. I got you some oregano, some broccoli, and some arugula. Well, Ember goes and lounges in his bed. These two are too funny. He's making a nest in his bed spot. She'd nurse him if she could. You're a curious one. Downstairs, back in our bedroom, I spotted this tulip tree beauty moth. Out back, our yellow trumpet vine is blooming right now and is well attended by ants and asparagus beetles and assorted spiders. I found 3 spiders on the Confederate jasmine, and asparagus beetles love dayflowers and jewelweed. There's a dayflower. And there's Ember wanting to play. Thumper. Hey, big guy. You are resting peacefully, aren't you? You have nice fur. And there's a still shot from his point of view. Thumper adventured down the stairs this week, but only to the landing, investigating the bottom drawer. And back outside on the Mexican sunflowers, a fruit fly called Neotephritis finalis, a beautiful orange sulfur, Coleus erytheme. I love these little sharpshooter leaf hoppers, and there it's cropped so you can see the details. Here's a sulfur leaving while we were cleaning the skag. A tour around the house with my neighbor and her dog revealed a moth on the abelia. A sunflower feast, a parasol, pleated inkcap mushroom. The grass from the skag covered up all the dead beetles. In front of my compost that was stinking. Mid-July bouquet. and an interesting shadow cast by another Neotriphritis fruit fly that was white. While picking my Emily McKenzie crocosmias, I noticed all kinds of little critters, including this, a little green plant hopper, sweat bees pollinating it, and tiny little bitty bugs I have not been able to identify. I think their colors are marvelous. Here's a silver spotted skipper, a tattered American lady, the underside, a long-tailed skipper in flight in the lantana, another lady butterfly, and a skipper. There's a buckeye with its shadow, and another orange sulfur. They're flirting with each other right now. Back inside, Thumper resting with Ember under the bed. So I went downstairs and hunted for water bears. I removed this big black ant from my den. An adult antlion in the garage. Ember fetches the ball for treats. A fun trip to Brazelton, Chateau Elan, where Chesney tried a green grape. Downtown being posers. And at the Cotton Calf Kitchen, Wagyu beef, burgers, and crab cake. And dessert was $1 Million Cake, aka Bonzo Cake. There you go. A crystallized water bear, and a green jumping spider that hitched a ride in on a magnolia collected at the Cook family farm. I did quite the photo shoot with this little guy right before it jumped onto my lens. I coaxed it back onto the countertop and took lots of pictures. Oops, I didn't have the microphone in front of me. And there are all kinds of beetles on that magnolia, and one of my formers and her 2 kids at the Cook family farm. A tiny moth in the garage. The season's first BLTs, made with a variety of tomatoes. And this was the day I decided not to use lights because of the red reflection in Thumper's eyes. I don't want to hurt his eyes. I don't have anything to eat up here. Thumper's first adventures down the stairs. The last week in July, he made it all the way down to the landing. A sharpshooter. And a cricket, a female. Oh, and fried okra. Fried catfish at Atlanta Highway Seafood. A moth on the way out. Ember and Thumper resting in her spot. We had many grand adventures at the beginning of the month. From going to Carrollton and walking down the pipeline with Nancy and Lloyd and my daddy. Identifying toads and posing on the sewer cap. Hygrocybe fungi. And where the cabin used to be, and some of that beautiful ferny moss posing on their homemade bench. Back at home, upstairs in the bunny comb, there is peace. Thumper loves the carpet. My first breakfast casserole made with Cummings sausage, and our neighborhood white squirrel, Crystal's mango salsa on salmon, a botched attempt at Vietnamese spring rolls, but a successful pizza. We saw a flyer for The Manly Hero and decided to go to the distillery and check out the band. That's Bram, one of Newsom's distant cousins from Sandersville, and they were good. Thumper likes Brussels sprout leaves, but turned his nose up at the bases. Wild bunnies in my big backyard. Red bell pepper butter. Ember being adorable. And that was the first time she sat with me. We had a honeybee problem. Thumper contemplating lunch. Brussels sprouts. And I got no idea arthropod under the microscope. Ember got spayed this month. She was not a happy camper, but did great. My rock in all its glory, surrounded by new plants and pets. Me and my butterfly net. A male goldfinch up on the Confederate jasmine, and the resident mockingbird catching a bug. Cherokee purples. Thumper finds the mother lode. And I reached my goal weight this month, probably by eating foods like this. A tiny unidentified bug on the picnic table. Neil helps Grace and Rakeem move into Rosemont and Peachtree Corners. Ember making sure the bunny comb is good. Grant took Danny and Chesney to NASCAR. A minor rain delay for the Manly Hero. And there's the flyer we saw. We played catch up with Molly and Keith Rooks. And I got the boys to pose for me. I can tell that's Popeye. And check out the hummingbirds on Mickey's canna lilies. These are the first pictures I've gotten of them pollinating the lilies. Tufted titmouse. Zucchini muffins from these big zucchinis from the Cook family farm. Ember chasing bugs in the window. Trucking around North Georgia, hunting for new flower pollen and bugs. There's Thumper being cute. And the whole Japanese beetle saga. Bounty from the Cook family farm. A buckwheat plant. Amanitas after some major rainy days. A special night of music around the fire pit with Steve and Danielle, Christian, Casey, and Chesney. It was a good night. We heard some excellent music. Steve is copyrighted now and gets along fine with Sidley. A wayward milkweed bug. Pollen times 400. That's Rose of Sharon pollen. Butterfly weed. Angel's trumpet from my neighbor June. And a horsefly caught in the garage window. Japanese beetles in the beginning. My first squash. Oh, the hummingbird again. In Mickey's canna lilies. You can see the whites of its eye. When Thumper is content, he reclines. He's a very curious bunny. Independence Day lunch with the Hyatts. And butterfly weed, my favorite flower. And fireworks on the 4th at the head house. And all the boats speeding off afterwards. That was a hoot. We got to catch up with the Maloney's. And watch the sunset on Lake Lanier. Fig salad by Grace. Awesome. Celebrating the 4th up in Helen. Watching tubers on the Chattahoochee from Paul's. Dogs, kids, wayward tubes. Being with my kids was a fun beginning to the month of July. You see the reflection in Newsome shades. Nature's harvest. Nature's predators. Cropped. And the resident bluebird up front. The male red-bellied woodpecker. One of our mockingbirds at the window feeder. And a mourning dove. A male goldfinch. And the other mourning dove. And the strawberry moon from June the 24th. Check that out. Last but not least, I've been working on Cock-a-Doodle Dudley by Bill Peet. There you go.